Alright everyone, Cody here. So today I'm going to be making some French fries. Well, my fries. This is in France. So, first off, I'm going to be cutting up some potatoes and frying them. But the thing that's going to be quite interesting for this experiment is I've got some MSG here, some monosodium glutamate, as well as some regular old salt. Apparently this is kosher. We can use something else if you like. Anyway, we're going to try to see what the difference between monosodium glutamate and regular salt is going to be, if we can tell the difference at all. I've got a few guinea pigs upstairs we're going to try this on. Anyway, so this recipe of cooking potatoes is something that I've used quite extensively. One time when I was trying to live off of just $1 a day, I bought quite a large amount of potatoes as well as oil. And one day when I was particularly hungry, I made over 10 pounds and I ate them in one day. So that kind of tells you how much I liked the potatoes. Again, your knife is tiny.
Well, I don't really have any kitchen knives. So.
Potato. Alright, so just break open the little bits of potato. I didn't bother peeling them or anything like that. Just make sure they're kind of in a smallish shape. I'm going to go ahead and cut up maybe 3 or 4 more just like that. Okay, so a quick look through the potatoes, make sure there's no ginormous pieces. And we kind of want the pieces all about the same size, same thickness, so they'll cook about the same rate. That way we don't have some that are super crispy and others that are raw still. That looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and drop in some oil. That store they were cheapest, so I bought those.
But I mean, they look really yellow on the screen.
Oh, they do. They're not that yellow in real life. Okay, so we put in enough oil to basically cover them.
They're kind of green now.
Now we turn on the stove. Now I like to add the potatoes and the oil at the same time so they can heat up together. That way when I dump in potatoes it doesn't go whoosh, when the water boils out.
There we go.
Okay. So yeah, I've just been kind of gently stirring it every now and then to keep the potatoes from sticking onto the bottom of the pan and on themselves. You can see they're starting to de-water. I don't know if you can come back a little bit and look. You can see the water coming up. It's hard to see on the camera, but there we go. Yeah, so basically the potatoes are going to be losing most of their water in this process, as well as denaturing the proteins and unraveling the starches. Basically making the potatoes easier to digest and tastier because it's also putting oil into them. Yep. So this is going to take quite a while actually because I got a lot of potatoes in here. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep doing what I'm doing until they're kind of brown and crispy. Alright, so we have fries here. Looks like they're pretty much done. You can see they don't break apart as easily now and they're a lot less likely to stick to things. And the rate that the bubbles are coming out is much slowed down and you don't notice the steam coming up as much. So they're definitely done. Let's go ahead and turn those off. Now, this is actually going to be rather tricky because I don't have any, like a strainer, so I'm going to have to just fish them out with a fork. Now you want to get them out of the oil while they're still hot, otherwise they'll eventually get mushy and they'll absorb that oil. Put a towel down and suck out the extra oil. What are you, counting calories? Alright, let's go ahead and see if we can get the oil off of them. Now you set those on the towel. That pulls a lot of the oil off. Alright, so actually I don't want to put the MSG on them just yet because it might end up tasting terrible and we don't want to do that. So let's go ahead and sprinkle a bit of MSG on here. Just do a preliminary taste test. Little flakes of MSG, you probably can't even see it on the camera. Let's go ahead and try one of these. Compare it to one that hasn't done anything on it. Definitely go with more. It's not bad. It doesn't really taste salty though. Let's actually go ahead and add our generic salt to one of these. Just like so. Okay, so that's our salted fries. I'm going to salt these a little bit, not as much as I did the others. And then we're going to go ahead and put some MSG on these. That way there's not as much salt, but they contain MSG, so we should get a nice feel for things. If these ones taste better, we'll know that the MSG did something for us.
I'll just go for it. We'll just, yeah.
Yeah.
I know which one I like better.
Which one do you like better?
This one.
That one?
I don't know.
I'm gonna try both again.
I kind of like these. Really? Yeah, no, this one. This is the one. Maybe I need some.
I don't know, I'm torn because I just love food.
I like these. Oh, they're so weird.
Decide.
I say these ones.
Alright, so you say those, she says these that you like the best. Which one do you think has the MSG?
I don't know. This one.
That one has MSG?
Probably.
That one has the MSG.
You think that one?
Yes.
Alright, so this one does in fact have the MSG. You can actually see that the crystals on here are longer. So yeah. So maybe some people like MSG and others don't. Who knows?
Some are just, yeah. Isn't MSG supposed to be like really bad for you or something?
No, only in super high quantities. I mean, it's a naturally occurring chemical in your body. It should never hurt you unless you eat an excessive amount. Alright, so I think that was an exact tie. We had all three of the possible things I was expecting from that. The guy couldn't tell, and the two girls were to split between which one they liked.
He could tell, he couldn't decide.
Oh, you couldn't decide which one you liked. Yeah. So the theory with monosodium glutamate is that it actually is supposed to taste like not saltier than salt, but more savory than salt for the same amount of material. So you can add less of it and have less total sodiums in order to get the same savory level. You know, if you have the graph of salty versus you know, the amount of salt versus the amount how good it tastes, sodium chloride peaks earlier than the sodium glutamate would. If that makes any sense. So it was an interesting little test. I think I could have done a lot better. And I'm sure that people have done better tests. This is just something I kind of wanted to see myself. I kind of wanted to try tasting it myself more than anything. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.